When a man enters his 60s, 70s, or even 80s and begins living on his own, people often jump to conclusions. Some assume he must feel isolated. Others imagine he's barely coping. But the truth about older men who live alone is far more meaningful, far more layered, and often far more empowering than most people realize. And today, I want to start with a story that explains exactly why. A few years back, I met a 79-year-old man named Arthur. He lived alone in a tidy, modest apartment. No wife. No companion. No steady stream of visitors. When I asked him how he managed everything by himself, he smiled softly and said, "Son, people think a man falls apart when he lives alone. But sometimes, living alone is the first time he actually learns how to live." His response stunned me. And as I spoke to more older men, and studied psychological and senior health research, I came to understand something important: society has completely misunderstood older men living alone. There are truths about them that every senior, and every family, should hear. Before we go deeper, drop your age in the comments and subscribe to Still Becoming. This channel is dedicated to helping older adults grow stronger, wiser, and more confident with each passing year. Now let's uncover the 5 surprising truths. Truth number 1: older men who live alone are often emotionally stronger than people think. Society paints solitary seniors as fragile or depressed, but research shows that many of these men develop incredible emotional resilience. They adjust. They create structure. They find strength in quiet moments. They learn to navigate their emotions without relying heavily on others. This emotional self-reliance becomes a hidden advantage. Men like Arthur often say that solitude pushed them to reflect, confront old pain, and finally gain clarity. It wasn't loneliness, it was growth. And many feel calmer now than they ever did when they were younger. Truth number 2: men who live alone often take better control of their lifestyle than those living with others. It sounds surprising, but studies show that older men living solo become more aware of what they eat, how they spend their time, and how they manage their health. Why? Because they have no one else to rely on. They become accountable for themselves. Some cut back on alcohol. Some cook lighter, healthier meals. Others start walking daily or pick up new hobbies to stay active. Living alone becomes a wake-up call, a push toward a cleaner, more intentional life. It's not that they don't miss companionship, it's that self-responsibility becomes their new discipline. Truth number 3: older men living alone often carry deep emotional scars, but also carry remarkable emotional wisdom. Some lost their partners. Some survived painful separations. Some grew distant from family. These men carry memories and regrets they don't often talk about. But unlike younger men, they process their emotions with a different maturity. They accept. They heal. They understand the value of forgiving others and themselves. Instead of running from pain, they face it. And through that, they develop a depth of wisdom younger generations could truly learn from. Truth number 4: many older men who live alone are far less lonely than people imagine. Loneliness doesn't come from being alone, it comes from feeling disconnected. And many older men living solo create small, meaningful social circles. They talk to neighbors. They join local groups. They visit parks and community centers. They spend time with grandchildren when possible. They may have fewer relationships, but the connections they maintain are deep. Research shows that a few genuine bonds matter more for happiness than a crowded home. As Arthur once told me, "I'm alone, but I'm not empty." And that difference is everything. Truth number 5: older men living alone often rediscover freedom, identity, and self-worth. They set their own routines. They choose how to spend their time. They control their environment. They finally get to live at their own pace. Many say it's the first time in decades they're able to do what they enjoy, not what others expect of them. They pick up small passions: gardening, writing, woodworking, documentaries, technology, memories, spirituality. They wake up with a sense of personal choice. And psychologists agree, having choice is one of the strongest predictors of happiness in later life. So what does all this mean for you? Whether you're a man living alone, a woman watching for someone you love, or simply curious about aging, the message is clear: living alone at 60, 70, or 80 doesn't decide your happiness. What determines your happiness are your habits, your mindset, and the way you stay connected. Older men who thrive alone follow the same pattern. They stay social. They stay physically active. They keep their minds sharp. And they stay emotionally open. Before we finish, let me return to Arthur. One evening, as the sunlight faded through his window, he told me something I'll never forget. Companionship is beautiful. But so is independence. At my age, I learned that peace isn't given by someone else, it's built inside you. Those words, spoken by a 79-year-old man living alone, carry a wisdom every senior deserves to hear. If this video touched you, share your age below and tell us whether you or someone you know lives alone. Your story may help another senior feel understood. And don't forget to subscribe to Still Becoming, where we explore the emotional journey of aging with dignity and strength.